We're going to get the party started shortly. Okay, I'm not doing the note taking. Uh,
And you just let me know when you want me to start to share my screen.
okay, I'm gonna go over
Yeah,
some.
I'll just hang here until you say go.
Okay, all right, come on in. All the children coming in now. That's what everyone feels like is after us bonding for 9 weeks. Do you all agree? How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Y'all doing okay? Send some love over my computer. You can unmute? Mm, Yes?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Okay.
driving, so yeah,
Okay.
doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. Ebony, you're going to be the one that's doing the demo that he set up for. Ebony Allen. That's the young lady that I sent the information over
Yes,
to you yesterday, Eric.
yes, yes.
So, Ebony, you won the game.
I won the game.
Well, actually, the person who won the game, they didn't return my calls. So
Oh,
I had to go down the line. So Ebony, she's been actively engaged with GPI in the community. So I'm excited that she was on it, sent me her capability statement, all of her information. So you are the winner. Thank you. And
thank
see,
you.
the other people, I might have a $200,000 contract waiting for them, and nobody returned my call. I'm the government. It's important that we return these calls. All right, people are still coming in. All right, trying to multitask. Everybody having a good week? Y'all not getting caught up on what's going on at the top, but keeping your head on the ground? Yes, by show of hands. Can I get a show of hands? All right, focus and determined. All right, I want everyone to put in their word for this year. What's your goals? Give me some goals and words that you're going to stand by for the remaining part of the year. Put it in the chat. All right. I'm going to go ahead. It is 12:03. Um, Although people are still coming in and go over a few housekeeping. Put your goals in the chat. Let me see your chat. What are your goals? You all also know we all about collaboration. Make sure we reach out. Who do we have in the house? It's about the building the community. It's about building capacity. That is my primary mission is that we need to build within. We should never ever have to leave the house for partnerships. This is how the government is set up in most of their contracts. Friday and this month, as part of the school.com community, we're going to be having a master class and dealing with financing. So it's important for me that you understand your accounting systems and just the basic, what's a profit and loss statement? How am I making money? How am I losing money? And understanding how your accounting system really needs to be set up specifically for government contracting. Next week, we're talking with a young man that we've also partnered with, a company that's part of the GPI community and team, that's going to begin to help you think about your exit strategy. If you need the investors, what is the investors looking for? So this month is all about financing. Next month, I'm actually bringing a protege on, she's going to talk about this $15 million contract she just won from HUD, managing their assets. She started exactly where you all are when I met her at SBA. So I'm just so proud to watch and see how she's grown over the years. She's a graduate of the 8th A program. Also, next week, I'm going to put this information up on the Facebook and on the website. I am honored that I will be honored on the 21st at the Her Legacy Brunch in honor of Women's Month. So I would love for you all to come out and support and see you. Since we all just meet online, let's come together and support. The title of this is Five Women, Five Legacies. And then if you have not, and I'm sure he's been very aggressive, um, looking at the GovCon summit, this that 1 day summit. I'll be speaking there. And if you put in GPI, you get a 25% discount. So right now it's $95. So come on, it's time to network. They're bringing the who's who in GovCon at this event. So I hope to see you there as well. And that's it for me. Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you all have not been a part of the school.com community, I'm going to put that information in the chat because this is how we're communicating for the alums who have completed the program and ready to take it to the next level. That's why I'm so excited about this partnership because this is the next step. This is where you now truly get the business development support from the software perspective, as well as additional coaching services and things that we are expanding within the GPI platform. So, Eric, I'm turning it over to you. I'm excited about this platform, and I'm going to let you do your thing.
Okay, thank you, Paula. I want to make sure that everybody can see the share screen that I've shared through the meeting. You see a page that says GPI's logo in the upper left corner, and then inbox for innovative management and consulting.
Yes.
Can everybody see that page that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So what you're looking at here is the main login page that this company, and by the way, thank you, Ebony Allen, for volunteering to let us use your company for demonstration purposes. So your account is all set up in the platform under GPI. So this would be, if you want a login to your account, I'll be happy to set that up for you. You could just reach out to me or just tell Paula that you would like a login, and then you'll receive an email message with a link. So you could just click that link, go in there, change your password, and then you'd be on. This is a screen that you would be seeing when you first enter your username and password into the website. So what we're looking at is a business development application. If anybody knows the word or the term CRM, or customer relationship management, it's been around for 20 plus years. It's, CRM stands for customer relationship management. It's a system in general. It's a system that lets you manage contact, companies, opportunities. Typically, when you would subscribe to a CRM system, maybe like Salesforce.com or HubSpot, or there's dozens of them out there. Usually when you subscribe to a platform like that, when you first log in, the system is entirely empty. There's no data in it. You need to start to load up your people, type in your contact, type in the companies that you're working with, enter in the companies that you're wanting to partner with, and then you go out and contact those companies or organizations or agencies, and you're looking for opportunities. And when you find an opportunity, you would create an opportunity in the system. The difference between those type of applications and what GPI's business development platform brings to the table is the very first time you log into the system, there's already millions of companies, millions of contacts, and millions of opportunities that are already preloaded into the system. And your job is to weed through those millions and millions of records down to the subset that are particular to your business. The set of opportunities that are related to your NAICS code, to your PSD code, to your keyword searching. That so that when you're looking at a list of opportunities, you're not looking at things, for example, if you're not in the construction business, that there are all these government opportunities for construction. You want to be looking at the ones that are specific to the products and services that your organization provides. So that's what this tool is all about, is it narrows down millions of different records that are available in our platform down to the ones that we want your eyes on a daily basis to make a decision whether or not this is something of interest to your company, if it's something that you think that you can pursue and potentially submit a proposal on to win this. So what you're looking at here is the page for innovative management and consulting. And down in this section, right in the middle, are a number of saved filters that have already been pre-set up. So Paula gave us, the name and contact information and a capability statement for, one of the folks here in this cohort, and they gave us permission to use their account for the demo. So this is typically what the system would look like for her. Each of you on here, when you log in with your own personal username and password, would see a different set of tiles here that are been set up for your account. The numbers would be different because you all have slightly different keywords. You all have slightly different NAICS codes. You have slightly different PSD codes within this cohort. Many of you would be similar, but some of you would be, the numbers would look. So, for example, I have right here a tile of 10 opportunities that are active opportunities within the federal government that match this company's NAICS code, that also have a set aside for women, like women-owned business, women-owned disadvantaged business, things of that nature, women-owned small business. And if I click into it, the system will take me to a list of those opportunities. So I'm looking at 10 opportunities. It shows what department the opportunity is at, what the set aside is for that opportunity, when the response date is due. So all of these dates are due out into the future, meaning they're active opportunities. This is the date that it was posted right here. And the idea here is that you would go in the morning, you see that there's 10 things for you to look at, and you would hover your mouse over this, the first one in the list, and we give you a quick synopsis here, which is just a pop-up that lets you read the first part of this. And then you can read that, and if you want further details about it, like you want to keep reading, you just click. And then the system navigates directly to that opportunity in detail, where you can see all the information about it. You see who is the contracting manager at this Army location that you would need to be in contact with if you were going to pursue this opportunity. And as you go down the list, you'll see other information. Here's their personal contact information, what their department that they're in, their email address, and the phone number. So once you read this, you make a quick go, no-go decision. We're calling this process triaging these initial lists. You're not necessarily committing to preparing a proposal for this opportunity. It's just that there's enough interest here, there's enough of the keywords that you've read that you want to do a further exploration on it later. You just want to get it off your list. So you have two choices. You're either going to add it to your opportunities or you're going to ignore it. So on this one, just for now, and Ebony, don't worry, we can clear out these. I'm just going to be like doing a bunch of stuff in your account that may not make sense for you because I don't know 100% about what your focus is, but we'll get you cleared out when you log in here so you're starting fresh. But I'm going to click add to my opportunities, and now I'm just going to go back to my list. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And now I'm down to 9. I'm going to go back to this list again. And instead of drilling into the detail, we provide a quick way right here on the left-hand side for you to either ignore an opportunity if it's not applicable to your business, or add it to your opportunity list. So I could click this one to add again to my opportunity. This next one I'm going to ignore. So when I click either one of these buttons, it disappears from my list. The whole goal is that by the end of the day, by the end of your workday, you're going to come back to your dashboard and you want to have all zeros on this page going across here. You want to have all of these zeroed out. So I'm going to go remove this one. Remove total small business. So now we're down to 7. So you have 48 opportunities that are active opportunities, meaning our proposal is due sometime after today into the future, that match the NAICS code, that are also sources sought. So you've probably learned during this cohort that you're working on with GPI that, and they advise the same thing that we do, that it is really in your best interest to respond to all sources sought that are in your company's wheelhouse. Because many times, it's kind of a numbers game. Many times you'll just throw your hat in the ring, and then next thing you know, that contracting manager has created a set aside for your particular company as long as they've received at least 2 responses to that source of thought. And now you've just completely cut the competition or a big chunk of the competition out. And this opportunity is only going to be available to companies that meet those particular set asides that the government set for that particular opportunity. So we'll show you this later, but we make it very, very easy for you to respond to a source of thought. You basically can search the system for them that match your NAICS or match your keywords. And then with a couple clicks, you're able to get out a very nicely formatted email directly to that contracting manager at that department with all of the information about your company background, your capability statement, a little bit about past performance, and a nicely formatted email that where it does all the substitution for you, where it basically just a couple clicks, you've delivered to that contracting manager what would have looked like it would have taken you 30 minutes or an hour to put together for them. And you've just done that, and then you move on to the next source of thought, and you go ahead and reply to that one, reply to that. And basically in a few minutes, you've sent out a dozen different responses to source of thought. And now you're going to move on to like something else, maybe responding to a pre-solicitation. So I'm going to click into this 48 here, and it's taking me now to a list of 48 different opportunities that match the NAICS codes that are pre-solicitation. And you can see right here the set aside that somebody, so you can, do further filtering down. You can create a filter to say, show me all of the federal opportunities that match my NAICS codes or match my keyword that are also set aside for whatever your designations are. And that gives you right down to a targeted list of, you definitely want to be responding to those pre-solicitations or pre-solicitations when there is a set aside identified for your designation. We go back to the dashboard here. So what you'll find, folks, is that the very first day that you log in to Bidspeed, most of you are going to have high numbers in here because effectively you've got maybe 6 months back of opportunities that the government has been publicizing across, thousands of different governmental portals as ways we're searching. I think our platform searches 85,000 different government portals, and we're constantly sucking in every single opportunity that government agencies release, not just federal. We're going to get into state and local governments as well. So I'll show you how that's done. But we're we are integrated with all of these different government portals, and we're pulling in those opportunities. So in your very first couple days logging into Bidspeed, you're going to have high numbers here. So there's going to be a lot of work to get caught up. But effectively, the idea is once you've gotten caught up, you log in the morning, you're going to see just a few like numbers there that are 3, 5, 7. That are just the brand new opportunities that have come in the night before. And so your ability to go in and triage those, make the initial go, no go decisions will be much, much faster. Okay. So now I'm going to go back up to here. The two that I've added it to my opportunity list show up in here. So these again are opportunities from the big universe of all government opportunities. You've already read the quick synopsis. It sounds like it's something of interest to you that you want to explore further. So you're going to go into here and then you're going to do a deeper dive. You're going to go in and really read the requirements. You're going to read the attached documents. Everything is here. So if the government attaches exhibits or additional instructions on how you are to reply, you can go in and review all of that information. So you just click into it. So this is custodial services at Oklahoma Region 1. 5 locations in Oklahoma, and you would go through this entire document. You could read all the information that's on here. And then if it's something you're definitely going to respond to, you just click the button here at the top of the page, add it to my pipeline. And then what that system does is it will, hold on a second. Alan, I just slacked you. So the concept here is that opportunities exist in your system in a temporary holding place. Once you make the decision that you are going to respond to an opportunity, you add it to your pipeline. And that's the place where you actually work an opportunity all the way through completing the requirements to submit your proposal, right? So there's a checklist in the platform that will let you go through step by step on the requirements for this opportunity that you're just going through, checking them off. And the system at the end, once your account is fully implemented, meaning we have your capability statement, one or more capability statements, because you may have multiple capability statements like this company, right? Ebony's company has a number of different NAICS codes that she operates under. So we would be advising her to have multiple capability statements for different for different types of the business segments that she's in. And so if she's responding to a particular thing that has to do with maintenance, building maintenance, she could include in her response the capability statement that focuses on that. Also for past performance, you many of you may not have past performance documentation on actual federal government contracts. That doesn't matter. You just need to have some case studies written up of past performance that you've done in your company's history. So maybe other projects that you've worked on, commercial projects that you've worked on, anything that you could document as far as giving yourself credibility so that the contracting manager feels comfortable that you're a company that they could rely on. Keeping in mind, it's just like submitting a resume when you go for a job, right? You're going to put on all the previous jobs that you had, and everything needs to be verifiable. The contracting manager is going to need to verify your past performance before they're going to award a contract to you. So let me go here real quick. I just need to do a quick log out. Alan fixed something on the account that I forgot to configure.
in the chat, are you all seeing how this platform coincides and what you've learned through our cohort? Give me a show by show of hand, yes or no.
Okay, so I just logged back in as Ebony back in the system. Alan fixed the setting that I needed to be able to enable the pipeline. And so what I did, folks, is I went back to my opportunity list here. These were the two that I've identified as that I want to explore further. I went into one of these, this one, custodial services. Now I'm going to go into grounds maintenance. And then go here, add it to my pipeline. And now I've got two different opportunities in my pipeline. So I go to my pipeline. It's going to show me what I've got going on in my pipeline. These are the two opportunities that I'm actually going to plan on submitting a proposal, right? And then our platform will take you through the step-by-step approach to go in. So you go into one of these opportunities here. You can click on add an advisor. And then here is the checklist that you're going to go through. So we're able to customize this checklist. So we went over this with Paula last time. So Paula, if you've got anything particular in the way that you're training your cohorts on the steps that they should go through as they're completing a proposal, we can mirror our steps in the platform to exactly match what you're training your folks on. But this is the out of the box version. So don't worry if this doesn't match exactly what you guys have been trained on. But effectively, you're going to go down this list here and just check these things off to make sure that this is really just an advisor to you to make sure it's like the double check. You know, are you really spending the right amount of time on going after this opportunity? Do you know enough about it? Do you really have the capabilities to respond to it and potentially win this opportunity? Now, a lot of what we've been talking about so far today is responding, submitting a proposal on a federal government contract. Some of you in the cohort may be ready for that as a company. You have, you know, enough history as a company. You've got some prior experience. You've got, you know, a track record, right? And so you're going to be comfortable going after a prime contract. Many small businesses that we advise on, like, are using our platform not to necessarily go after a prime contract. What they're using the platform for is finding opportunities where they want to partner with a prime contractor that's going to be going after that deal. So for the most part, as you probably know, in government contracting, most of the contracts get awarded to the big, well-established companies that have lobbyists, that have, have political connections, things of that nature. So the big companies that are winning government contracts on a day-to-day basis, they're really not having to work that hard to get the opportunities. Most of the opportunities get delivered to them that they end up they drop in their lap. What basically I'm saying is that most big government contractors are fat, dumb, and happy. So one of the strategies that we help companies with is using this platform to find opportunities that you think the companies that you want to partner with should be responding to. And you're going to use this platform to reach out to the key people at those prime contractors to give them a heads up that this opportunity exists in the federal government. Because me, as vice president of sales here at Bidspeed, my favorite thing that happens all week long is when one of my VARs, like Paula, or one of my existing customers, or an existing partner company calls me or sends me an email with a lead of somebody that they think I should be talking to because there's an opportunity, if they have a need that they think Bidspeed can address. And so that's like the most fun thing I get, because I reach out to that person and they're waiting for my call, or they're expecting me to reach out to them, and then we're able to partner up and do business together. So it's that same exact strategy that we're going to help you guys deploy is even if you're not ready to go after a prime contract, we're going to help you get into a position so you are on a regular basis, daily, 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 you are finding opportunities within the federal government that you think other companies that you want to be partnering with in the future should be responding to, and you're asking them if you could partner with them as a subcontractor. And the way you're able to find that information in the system, if I go down to back to my main, I go to the federal and like federal awards and go to all awards. And then I go up to my filters list here. And I want to find all the awards that match my NAICS code. And these were all the awards that were issued from 2025 forward, right? That's to today. That the obligated amount is over $100,000. I just put greater than 100,000, enter. My list keeps on going down. There's 14,000 where there's a set aside, right? So I can go into here and identify like, let's say 8A. So this is a list of all of the 8A contracts that have been awarded from 2025 to today to 8A firms where the amount was over $100,000. And you can include who are the key contact people at that company that won that contract. So I'm going to go up to here and say, go down to add my SAM email, the SAM point of contact, the SAM phone number. Hit OK. And now the system's going to add these columns to my list right here. So I could see the name of the vendor, Gemini Tech Services, Elizabeth Marantine, and I could just expand that column, is the name of the person. There's the email address, right? And I can go down this entire list and see who all the key people are that won that contract. And you're able to add these people to your CRM system so that you're able to easily send out a mass email to a large group of people using a templated email. Basically, an email template is something that you're going to pre-create ahead of time, and Paula's team can help you do this, right? Where you're going to be drafting an introductory email where you're going to be saying, dear first name, for example, dear first name, I am writing to introduce myself and my company. This is what we do. I've attached a capability statement and some past performance. And I wanted to congratulate you on the recent contract with whatever agency you want to, you put a placeholder for that. And you create this outbound email template. And then you're able to merge this list of all these key people, which are at prime contractors that have one contract, and you're able to send out a communication to all of them introducing your company. And you're able to do that in just a few minutes through the software technology. Now, that's more of an advanced type of task to learn, and we could help train you on how to do that. But that's part of what you get when you sign up with Bidspeed, is that we do like webinars every single week where you're able to come in and attend one of our training webinars where we'll show you how to do these types of functionality in the platform. And of course, Paula and their team are going to be available to help you do those kind of things. And there will be additional sessions that we are invited to come to her cohort to do particular types of training that she's asking us to do for the group. So basically whatever Paula wants us to do, we're going to come in and do a training for her student. Paula, how is it going so far? Is there anything particular that you would like me to make sure I'm covering?
What I love, everybody is seeing how this is now formulating based on what they've learned in the cohort. It's a game changer. what I and I've been playing around with the software all along too. If you could look at the teaming opportunities,
Yep.
I love that platform because what I'm doing as part of the training is teaching everyone to align themselves up for potential mentors. And the mentors that I'm having them identify previously has been through USA Spending or FPDS. And I'm having them to look for a dollar range of 250 million to 500 minutes in awards. So now it automatically drills down those companies in dollar amounts. You can see he has the filters up there, and you can filter it by um whatever you want. Or Nate's code. So once you filter it, and just do one simple one, and even have clearance in there. It has GSA schedule. We don't even get into all of that. That's another whole nother webinar. But if you go down, you see total awards. And so if I'm looking for companies that have generated in total awards the revenue amount of 250 million to 500 million. Now this is going to bring those companies, and now this become my dating pool. And what I like, you can go in and you can see, especially if they're 8A and you all are still looking to go into the 8A, we can look at those companies and it's going to show you right there with advanced technology, they graduate next year. And part of our marketing strategy is targeting those companies that are graduating that can't keep those contracts. So when you click on advanced technology leaders, and you can connect, and I believe there's a template that is produced. But
Yes.
Eric, can you click on advanced technology so they can now get a general idea of a potential mentor that they can date? Because it's going to demonstrate all of the company's contract awards, and you can see the total value at the top. How much was the total values that they wanted was
330 million.
330 million. So that's an ideal potential mentor that you want to date. But again, you want to be able to look at their past performance and the opportunities that agencies that they're in, but also bring them some opportunities that they may not qualify for. If you're a service disabled vet, right? Well, she's a service disabled vet. The goal is to target those contracts that your potential mentor would be interested in, if that makes sense to everyone. I love it.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's two ways. Yeah, there's two ways to get here. Like what we just did is we got here from this list,
Mm-hmm.
which was where you could drill down into a particular company, and then that's the focus of the system, and you're seeing everything that that company has achieved in their history as being a company with the federal government. So all of their won awards going back to the beginning when they first won, I think we've got 20 plus years of data here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to reach out to this person, we make it very simple. You just click that connect button. I don't want to click it right now because the system will send an actual connect request. But
Mm-hmm.
a template gets generated where it's basically introducing your company to this company, and you're asking them that you're telling them what your designations are, you're telling them what your capability statement is, and you're asking them to if they'd be interested in partnering with a company like yourself, because most of these large contractors that are winning government contracts, in their contract itself, there's a requirement that a certain percentage of the entire award is subcontracted to small businesses, sometimes contracted to small businesses that meet certain designations. And so you just connecting with these people and throwing your hat in the ring, not only are you helping yourself, but you're doing them a favor, because most of these companies are out of compliance. on that requirement that they're partnering with small businesses. So you're not only helping yourself, but you're actually doing a service for them because you're helping them be in compliance with their own government contracts. So that is a very good strategy as far as building out your network of companies that you want to be working with. So this system is extremely powerful in here because this lets you filter down to some subset, not only companies that you want to potentially mentor you or you end up being a subcontractor to, but you could also use this system to find like companies like yourself that are current 8A. Example, let's say you do the system, you want to search for all of the 8A contracts that are going to be expiring in 6 months, where that person's, that company's 8A designation is also expiring. Okay, because you only get an 8A designation for 10 years. So if a company's 8A designation is going to be expiring around the same time that their contract is coming up, they're not going to be allowed to bid on that again because most likely it will be recompeted for 8A designation. And in that situation, you're going to want to reach out to that company, introduce yourself if you're 8A, and you're going to want to say something like, congratulations on your performance on that contract. I understand that your 8A designation is expiring this year, and we would love to partner with you on that opportunity, with us being the prime and you being the subcontractor to us. And of course, they're going to like that idea because they're going to be able to continue to make money on that contract because they're going to be a subcontractor to you, and they're going to walk you in, personally introduce you to the contracting manager or the end client in a warm introduction to say, hey, we've got another company that does great work and we'd like to introduce you to them. And if you select them, we could stay on this project as a subcontractor. And that's a great strategy for you guys to deploy, is use this data to mine it so that you can put yourself in the best position, like basically setting yourself up today for opportunities that are going to, that are going to be coming up in the future, maybe 6 months or a year from now. You're doing all the initial legwork to put your company in the best possible position to be awarded that contract.
And that's what they're definitely, everything that you're preaching is what is taught in the class. My question here, are you able to identify those large prime contractors that are required to have the subcontracting plan?
No, it's not. I don't believe, Alan, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe it's an individual data field element. So you would have to go in and look at the details of the actual agreements, which are all in here, right? So you'd have to read that to see, is there a requirement for a subcontracting to a designation?
On SBA's website, they do have an Excel spreadsheet that identifies the large prime contractors that have subcontracting plans. No one has incorporated it into a database. And that's another way that you can identify those subcontractors. And that's under the CMR, the Commercial Marketing Representative site on SBA. She has an Excel spreadsheet. So I love this. Everybody, are you all in sync with what you're learning and seeing today? Yes.
Yeah, and what I wanted to show everybody here is initially when you first log in, there's a predefined layout of how this information is displayed to you on the screen. We call this a data sheet. So this is the default view, but each of you are going to be able to customize this view for however the information you want to see and the order you want to see it. So on every one of these data sheets, there's always a button up here in the top to hide, show optional fields. When you click that, you see a list of all of the here sam.gov database. And you're able to go and put check marks by whichever ones that you want to show. So you could see, if you want to add hub zone on here, hub zone, what city it's in, the name of the agency, is it 8A, what the 8A expiration date is, and then I hit OK, and then the system will highlight those columns in yellow, and then you can drag this all the way over and replace it over here, and we could now put in another filter here to say expiration date is this year. And now it's down to the 46 contracts that match my NAICS code that were awarded from 2025 to this year, who the company that won it has an 8A designation, whose designation is expiring this year. So this is the target list of everybody that you should be contacting these companies and offering, obviously after you read the opportunity, the contract, if it's something you really want to do, but you would reach out to these companies, and these are the people right here that you're going to reach out to, and you're going to say, hey, I understand your 8A is expiring this year. If you're interested in working on this contract when it comes up again for renewal, we'd love for you to be our subcontractor because we plan on bidding on it.
And we have all the SBA people to help you get into the 8A program. So it only really typically takes 90 days, but it's been slower with this administration. But we do have you looking at a year to a year, 6 months to a year to 2 years, because for me, it's important that you date. Make sure that everyone is aligned, that you all have the same value system as you enter into these relationships. Because once you enter into those relationships, it's a legal binding agreement. And again, I don't want anyone to go through what I went through in that first business and being sued. So this is a great place that everything is in one area. The other thing you had was the state. I love that. The state and how does that work as part of the subscription area?
Okay, can you repeat that?
I said you have the link on the dashboard for state and local opportunities. How does
Yes.
that work as it relates to the prescriptions? And can you do just a mild demonstration of
Yes.
looking at those types of opportunities?
Okay. So thank you, Paula. So everything that we've been talking about is searching so far up to this point is searching federal government opportunity. Okay. But we also have all of the 50 states, all of the local government opportunities, all of the state agency opportunities for the entire country. With your base subscription to the platform, it comes with the state or whatever state you want to designate. So for Innovate Her, that company, they're headquartered in California. So our system automatically added California as the designated state. And so when you go under GPI at this main link, and it takes you down here, down in this section are my state and local opportunities. And I've created 2 tiles, which are saved filters just under state. So these are state opportunities that are within 100 miles of Innovator's zip code that match her industry code. And if I click into it, it'll take me to that list. And then I can see all of the state opportunities, which it's exactly the same functionality as you have in federal, where you're going to hover over the opportunity. You can read the quick synopsis. You can make the go, no-go decision. So yes, add that to my opportunity or ignore it. If you want to get to the detail of it, you just click into it. It'll take you to that detail record. If you want to add the additional columns in the database, so you could, further see what, all the different data that's in the state. And it's the same process. You're going to go in, add these to your opportunity list. You're going to triage those. You're going to add them to your pipeline. As they're in your pipeline, then you're going to start working on producing a response. The main difference between responding to a state or local government opportunity is that there is no standardization as far as how you submit your proposal. Okay. Whereas everything in the federal government, you could submit your proposal directly from Bidspeed. Your proposal will be generated, assembled inside of Bidspeed by just clicking around. And then you're going to have to add your pricing and services section for how you're going to bid on that proposal. But when you submit, it's just a single button inside of Bidspeed. It basically packages up your entire proposal, makes it look awesome, and submits it directly to that contracting manager. There is no capability for that within state government. You have to read the opportunity, and most of the time, you're going to have to go to that state agency's website and register as a vendor and get an approval as a approved vendor to submit a bid. And then you will just follow their instructions, but you'll still use Bidspeed to generate and produce the proposal. You'll just save it out as a PDF document or document, and then you'll follow the instructions on the state agency's website of how you submit your bid. But as far as filtering, finding the people, finding companies that you want to partner with that are won contracts in the past, it's all the same stuff.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, and Alan, Paula, could you make Alan a co-host so he could talk? Because he has a couple things he wanted to direct me to. So go to my account. He said my account.
Okay. Hi, Alan. Alan is the CEO of Bidspeed. Oh, is it NetQuery or Bidspeed?
NetQuery. Let me turn my camera on. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, real quick. Paula mentioned something that's very valuable. There are a lot of resources that are buried in the SBA website. Our team is constantly extracting those resources and loading them into documents view so that you don't have to go searching out for them there. So you can find those in the My Account section. And if Eric, if you go to My Company Essentials there, and then in the Working Documents section, and then select Show All. I'm sorry, Eric. My templates there. So pardon me. They don't let me out of my cage very much here. My templates. I'm sorry, Eric. Down at the bottom left. Yeah. There you go. So Paula mentioned the SBA Prime Contractor Directory. That is one of the documents that we keep updated there. And as you can see, you can download that document directly there.
Right here.
So there are a lot of resources that we are constantly paying attention to. The federal government's big government, right? And if you go to SBA.gov, that's one of 1,000 subpages and directories, and there are lots of resources buried in there that are valuable. That we're in it all the time, and so we're consistently pulling out those valued items and putting them in there. But that's what I wanted to add, and Eric's doing a great job. Thank you very much, Paula. We're looking forward to supporting the entire team. So.
I'm more in love with you all now. Just pulling that document, that's identifying. And do you have also the list of the SBA's Mentor Protege program, those who are part of the Mentor Protege program?
If it's not there, it can be there in a matter of minutes.
Okay.
There, so
because I don't think enough small businesses are leveraging that specific program as a pathway to getting into the door, and it's a very powerful program. All right,
go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry to interrupt there. I just wanted to point that out.
So. We're at the end, so maybe there's I could just respond to some questions. If Paula, you could read people chatting any questions to you, then you could ask those of me, and I can address them.
Yes, please put any questions, or you can raise your hand and we'll and ask a question. I like hearing people's voices. Anybody? Any questions? What's your
And while we're waiting
takeaways?
for that, this is what I'll talk about this as a way to get started. If
Hmm.
you love what you've seen today and you'd like to give this platform a try, we are offering all of GPI students a 2-week free trial on the platform. So all you have to do, and Paula will follow up with everybody with an email message with this link. But effectively, you would just go to gpi.fedbidspeed.com, and here's a registration page to sign up. All you got to do is put your cage code in here, and then the system will fill out the rest of the information. You put your first name, last name, your email address. You set your password. Put your postal code should automatically fill in from your sam.gov registration. But you do not need, I imagine most of you do, but you do not need to have a sam.gov registration in order to use Bidspeed, because you could still use the platform for partnering opportunities. You could use the platform for commercial business opportunities, and you could use the platform for responding to state and local opportunities. So even if you're not ready to submit a bid for federal government, you can always still use the platform. But anyway, you can come here, create your account, click get started. The system will automatically send you an email, and then you just click on the link and you log in, change, you're basically in the account. And then you will be receiving an email message from our onboarding department that says, thank you for scheduling, or thank you for signing up for a GPI Bidspeed account, and click here to schedule your onboarding. And basically, the setup that was all done for Innovate Her, that would be done for you. We'll do that as a free service to help get your account going. And we'll do an initial training session for you. And we're hoping to do that in a group setting. So all the people that sign up on, after this presentation today, we will be onboarding everybody one-on-one, and then we will be doing a group training session where we're going in deeper dive than what I've just done today. Today was just simply to give you a high-level overview of the capabilities of the platform, but a full training will be done for your folks. And then once you're in the platform, we are helping you guys all day long with whatever questions that you have. So at any point you have a question, you just click ask for help, and then you just type in your question here, and our support department is responding to those real time throughout the day. So you're able to get support from Bidspeed. You're able to get kind of strategy support, more deeper dive support, at GPI through your normal class and the consulting that GPI is doing for the clients. Our kind of support here would be like, how do I make a template? Like, how do I send an email out to people? It would not be necessarily support on, is this a good opportunity for me to pursue? Because our support department is not going to know enough about your business. But if your question is about how do I do something in the platform, I can't remember where that link is, those are the kind of questions that you could ask us at any time, and we'll respond to you immediately with what to do. Sometimes we create a quick little Loom video and email that to you where you can, like our person has just done it, recorded a quick little session, and then we send that to you so you could watch it.
Thank you, Eric. And of course, everybody's anxious about the cost, and I understand that. And we did come up with a tentative arrangement that we're going to give to you guys at least for the first year under us. We're going to, Eric, you can describe how your price structure is and
Yes.
what we came to terms with yesterday.
Yes. So what we're offering is all GPI clients can receive a 20% discount on the platform on any subscription level that they're interested in subscribing to. What we've shown today is the base subscription level, which we call bronze. That's $95 a month minus 20%, so roughly $20 off of that, like $19 off of that $95. And you just pay for it each month automatically with your credit card. You just go in to the platform, and then you're just going to click on subscribe to Bidspeed. and you'll put in the coupon code, which is GPI 20. And Paula will email that out to all of you. She'll email you the registration link and the coupon code to put in, but you're just going to go subscribe to Bidspeed and then put in your coupon code and put your credit card in, and it will bill you that like $79 a month or whatever, $81 a month each month for the next 12 months. Most likely, we will extend that a following year, but for right now, the deal is for the first 12 months. That's on the base subscription level. That comes with one state. So in this case, we were searching state and local opportunities for only California. But I would imagine that a lot of you out in this cohort have the capability to provide services to local and state agencies outside of your home state. So you get to decide how many states you want, and each subsequent subscription level going from bronze to silver or silver to gold comes with additional states and comes with additional functionality, additional features built into the platform. And we have all of those listed of the features that are right on the Bidspeed website. You just go to bidspeed.com, products and pricing, and you go to the pricing section, and then you can see all the different features that each subscription level has. So bronze is $95 a month minus your 20% discount. Silver is $195, gold is $295, and diamond is a different program. Diamond would be like the level of consulting that you can get from GPI, which is really one-on-one targeted consulting where you're getting one-on-one training. But I don't imagine any of you folks would be signing up for our diamond. It's pretty pricey, $1,595, $1,595 a month. But the kind of consulting that we would be doing for you, you can receive that from GPI because they're just as much experts in government contracting as we are.
And I think that's what I like. We're doing the front end and they're doing the back end. Do you all see that based on what you've been trained on coming through the program? Can you all see that clearly? All right.
Yeah. Again, a little bit. I didn't really get. I wanted to jump right into the demo because people don't really like to hit through a company pitch. But for Bidspeed, this is our 17th year doing this. We have went over 27,000 companies across the United States that have been using this platform. It's everybody from small, brand new startup companies just getting going in government contracting, all the way up to some of the largest prime contractors within the federal government, like the massive multi-billion dollar companies. Use this platform on a day-to-day basis to find, partner, to find and pursue local, state, and federal government opportunities across our customer base. In just the last 5 years alone, the people that have participated in our programs here within Bidspeed, those companies have generated over $76 billion in federal contracts. So it's like the application, the program, it works. The process that we put companies through, the ability to weed through a massive amount of data down to the items that you really need to pay attention to, that entire methodology works. And using the software to find partnering opportunities, using the software to get out mass communications to companies with targeted messaging for your organization is exactly the process that we help you get into position to partner to win and to win to win. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. We have the same philosophy as GPI. We make millionaires.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I'll add, Paula, if you don't mind, if I could add to it, to Eric, that was perfect. Very well said. There's always an anxiety around software and technology. I think we're all technology tired, if you will, from, every other day there's an AI this, there's a bot this, there's an agent this,
Mhm.
there. So, yes, yes, and yes. Everything in the background that you see around this platform is absolutely engaged with everything you hear about there going on today as it relates to AI and bots and agents. What we are not trying to do on this is put it all there where you have to learn how to use it, right? So doing business with the government is hard enough. We're here to support you, and the platform is a bridge there. We are your guides on the bridge, and we will make sure the bridge stays intact and allows a walkable path for you to get to where you're going there. And that's what we do in this partnership with GPI. So um, technology, it's a bridge. The people make it happen, and that's what we're here to do is continue to provide you that support through GPI. So, Paula, I thank you very much for the opportunity to work with your great group.
We're excited. We're excited. This is the next level. And the reason, because many of them have worked with some of the competitors, let's put it that way. But the reason I like this platform the best is because it really is geared towards small business. Whoever built this platform thought of small businesses and pulling it together. So thank you guys. With that
Thank
being
you.
said, does anybody think that we can conclude? It is 1:08. I'm sensitive of everyone's time. Thank you guys for jumping in and showing up. Let's make this work. Let's make some more millionaires. That's our goal. What's the goal for FY26? To get some contracts. All right. All right. We'll talk to you guys later, and we will
Thank
post this.
you, everyone.
All right. Um, Alan, Eric, and I
Yep.
think